There it is, so big. All right. All right, y'all, I'm gonna mute everyone. We're gonna jam. But time has come. There we go. Okay. So just arriving in your seat. We've still got people coming on, so anyone that's just popping on now, hi, we're just getting going. So arriving in the seat, as I said. And this seat, and really any seat that we take up, be it an asana, which is another word for seat, be it the asana that we take up on the mat or any seat we take up in life. And you know, we're being asked to hold some different seats right now than we typically do. But any seat we take up, we want there to be ease. We want there to be joy. We want there to be, you know, a receptivity that lands in the heart space. And that's obviously balanced out. That's called sukham. And that's obviously balanced out by the stiram, which is the effort that is required, which is that sort of like digging in and finding stable ground and, you know, strong and steady. So that's the balance that we look for as we come into this seat right here, as we go through the different forms of the poses on our mat. And ideally, as we navigate into the rest of our lives with all of those different seats we are asked to sit in, or, you know, to look at it a different way, like the hat we wear, right? May we find that balance between the stiram and the sukham. So you can allow your eyes to close and just start to feel that space now. You know, the firm ground that you sit on. And we're speaking literally here, but you know, figuratively, there's just something that we look for as well. And sometimes we have to dig down below the sand into the bedrock, you know, to get to firm ground. So you start to feel the firm ground underneath you. You start to feel the inherent strength and stability of your body, how it, you know, all the little magnificent parts come together, even right here, just to hold you upright. You just start to notice that. And as you notice the body that you are residing in, you notice the breath as it flows through the body. And you start to feel here not only the stability and the strength, but also that part that is receptive, that is ease. It's a sort of a relaxing into. Take just a couple more breaths here. Do your best. Do your best just to let your breath and your body be where your mind takes up residence. And then draw the hands to prayer at the heart. Acknowledge any intention that wants to come along on this practice with you. Acknowledge any prayer. Sometimes it's just a mantra, like a one word. Acknowledge any offering, any dedication, anything that arises from this, you know, slightly refined state of presence. And then together we take a deep breath in. And on your next inhale, take both of your arms up over your head. You're just gonna kind of reach, nice and long out of the waist. Deep breath in again here. And then as you exhale, you'll twist and you'll take your left hand to your right knee and your right hand behind you. Just a subtle, easy sort of a twist here. Look over the back shoulder. Inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling and exhaling. And then look over your front shoulder as you inhale. And as you exhale, release the hands and go the other way. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Stretch up and turn. And breathe right here. Good. Take another breath. I'm just going to kick up my heat real quick. And then turn and look down over your front shoulder as you inhale. And as you exhale, release and make your way into downward facing dog. All right, pedal out your legs a couple of times as you settle into your dog. Roll up onto the balls of the feet and just drop your heels to one side.
Well,
breathe out into the side body.
Like right before you fall.
And then come back to the center and go the other way.
You've been guessing your direction, except you can see it all.
And breathe out into that side body.
Now I have a name,
and then come back to the center. On your inhale breath, come forward to high plank. We'll hold this just for a couple breaths here. Again, just beginning to sort of really feel and understand and trust that place of inherent strength and stability, not just in the body, but in the whole of the self. And then push back, down dog. And then as you inhale, come forward again to high plank. And this time as you exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. When you inhale, just lift your chest up, Cobra. Let's stay here as you exhale. Feel the tops of your feet push into the floor. Feel the shoulder blades draw down the back. Shoulder blades draw toward each other and then down the spine. Follow the pit of the belly, maybe even close your eyes. Take another deep breath in. Exhaling, lower the forehead all the way down to touch the earth. Use your hands and push yourself back into Utthita Balasana, extended child's pose. Pausing here for just a moment, you turn your hands so your palms face the sky. And we acknowledge here all the ways in which this practice serves us. So many, right? The ones that we see, the ways that we see, the ways that we consciously feel, and then the ways in which this practice works on us on those, really subtle levels that we don't always even know at the time, but it just sort of starts to creep in. So we acknowledge those benefits, all that we receive, and then we also acknowledge all that then fortifies us to be able to offer back. So in that way, this practice, it serves not just us, it serves all. Turn your hands over. Inhale, come up to all fours. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. And then come to high plank again with your inhale breath. And stay here as you exhale. And pick up your right foot with your inhale breath. So you're in a high plank with the right foot lifted. And then exhale, draw your right knee into your nose. Curl in. So a one-legged plank. Leg goes back and the chest comes forward. Inhale. And then exhale, draw the knee into the nose. Again, inhale, take the leg back. And exhale, pull the knee into the nose. And then press into a one-legged dog as you inhale. And bend the knee and rotate open the hip as you exhale. Just a breath here.
Everything is nice.
And then straighten your right leg and rotate till the speaker fuck up. Exhale, lift lightly, step your right foot to the top of the mat. Let your chest lift. You can dip your left knee towards the floor, but keep your work and a fight is trying. And then exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to high plank again.
Everything is nice.
Hold it here as you exhale. Okay. I just got a hit. It's hard to hear me over the music, so I tend to my music. down. Sorry, it's
I'm
really low in my ear.
feeling
Push back to down dog for a second.
champion
All
fly.
right, my bad, you guys. Hold
Work
on.
hard every day till we reach to the goal. This are for the
It's
people
always
them
a
we
little
work
hard to gauge
hard.
this.
All who
Right
gone
down
to
to
the
dog just for a moment while I fix
R.I.P. to a loved one. Put your cups them high. Night feelings right. Going on a high
this. Is that better?
Dogs are roll out, girls are roll out.
Okay,
Everything
that's so
is
weird. Like I
nice.
can't even hear the music now. That's how low it is for me. Okay, cool. Inhale, come forward, high plank.
Everything is nice.
Hold that as you exhale.
Sometimes know say you're stressed
And then pick up your left foot as you inhale. And on your exhale breath, draw your knee into your nose. And then one-legged plank, inhale, leg back, chest forward. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, leg back, chest forward. Exhale, knee to nose. One-legged dog as you inhale, take your left leg back and up. Bend your left knee and rotate open your left hip. And just a breath right here. And then straighten your leg as you inhale, rotate your hip down. Exhale, step your left foot to the top of your mat. Dip your right knee toward the floor. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. And then inhale, come forward again to the high plank pose. And as you exhale, take your elbows and forearms down the mat. Pause right here. And we'll breathe right here. 2 more breaths right here. Keep it nice and strong. And slight tuck down of your tailbone. 1 more breath. And then lower your knees down to the mat. Lower your pelvis down to the mat. Lift your chest up. You might need to slide the elbows a little forward. You're coming into Sphinx. And drop your left ear to your left shoulder here. And then drop your right ear to your right shoulder. You look over opposite shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. All right, and then use your hands, place them underneath you, curl your toes from your thighs, inhale. And on your exhale breath, push up, high plank, and back, downward facing dog. All right, and then again here, downward facing dog. Now take your elbows back down to the mat. Interlace your fingers, grip the palms tightly. You'll take an inhale here, and then exhale here. And then on your inhale, come forward so you bring your chest towards your thumbs. And as you exhale, pull the hips up and back. Call these dolphin push-ups. Inhale, come forward, chest toward the thumbs. And exhale, up and back. So you're using your upper body, but you really want to tap into the core. Inhale here. So use your belly to pull your hips up and back. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Inhale, come forward. And then come back up onto your right hand, back up onto your left hand, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale to high plank. Exhale once more, all the way down to touch the floor. And then this time, stretch back through your arms. Lift your chest, lift your arms, push your palms toward each other. So really firing up the upper back, the triceps, and then lift your right foot up, inhale. Lower it, exhale. Lift your left foot up and reach back through the leg, inhale. And exhale, lower it. And then both legs come up, reach back through the legs, lift a little higher, and lower everything down. Place your hands under your shoulders, curl your toes from your thighs, inhale. Exhale, push up, high plank. Good, and then from here, walk your feet up to the top of your mat. And place your left hand down underneath you. And on your inhale breath, stretch your right arm up toward the sky. And then you can either stay here or you can take your right arm and wrap it around behind you for a half-bound version of this twist. And if you're able to take your arm around behind you, you can maybe grab the inner thigh and let that roll the outer shoulder back. All right, just another breath here. And then release your right hand down and take your left arm up. And same thing here. So right knee bends. You can keep the left arm lifted or take it and wrap it around behind you. If you're able to, you grab that right inner thigh and you draw the outer left hip back. Pushing into your feet. Keep your spine long. One more breath. And then release your left hand down to the mat. All right, on your inhale breath, come all the way up to stand. Reach your arms up over your head. Interlace your fingers. You can't see that, but interlace your fingers. Release your index finger. Stretch up nice and tall. And then take your upper body up and over to the right, hips to the left, back to the center, go the other way. One more time like that, each side. Inhale to center, exhale to the right with the upper body. Inhale to the center, exhale to the left with the upper body. And then come to the center as you inhale. As you exhale, up and over to the right, and this time you'll hold it. Really ground your feet, but lighten up your toes. Spiral your inner thighs in and back. Lean out through your left hip, but make sure that your hip points and the fronts of your shoulders point exactly forward. Good, and then inhale, come back up to the center and go the other way, up and over. So now left arm is the pulling, right arm does the resisting. Lean into your hips. Ground through your inner right heel. And again, hug your inner thighs toward each other and just pull them toward the back of your mat a little. One more breath. Good, inhale, come up to the center. Exhale, take your hands to your heart, pause right here. Deep breath in here. As you exhale, let your arms relax down by your side, and then inhale, take both arms up over your head. As you exhale, bow forward all the way down, touch earth, drop your head. Inhale, look up and lengthen your spine. As you exhale, step your right foot to the back of your mat, lower your right knee down to the floor. Inhale, take your arms up, low lunge. Exhale, take your hands down and step back, downward facing dog. And then high plank with your inhale, and Chaturanga Dandasana exhale. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana inhale, and Adho Mukha Svanasana exhale. Step your right foot forward, lower your left knee down. Inhale, sweep your arms up over your head. And exhale, take your hands down, step your left foot forward and fold. Inhale, look up and lengthen your spine. Exhale, now step the left foot to the back of the mat, lower your left knee. Inhale, sweep your arms up, low lunge. And exhale, take your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. To high plank, inhale. And then halfway down, or if it needs to be all the way down, Chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Step your left foot to the top of your mat, lower your right knee to the floor. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, take your hands down, step your right foot forward and fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, reach your arms up over your head. So we're just moving and breathing. Exhale, hands through the heart. And then there's a little pause here. Just connect back to the space around the heart. Release your arms down by your side, bend your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana, sweep your arms up. And bow forward as you exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, step or float your feet back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward face as you inhale. Downward face as you exhale. Step your right foot forward, high lunge. So root the feet and inhale, take your arms up. Balance, look to your hands. And exhale, take your hands down, step back and lower, Chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, you rise. We're trying to get efficient with our movements here. Exhale, Chaturanga. And in doing that, kind of smooth out any rough edges or sharp edges. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale, and pause right there. Breathing. And then one more deep breath in right here. And on your exhale breath, bend your knees and look to the top of your mat. Walk or step or hop your feet. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Draw the shoulder blades down the back and then exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, inhale, arms come up, chest comes up, hips stay low. Exhale, stand up straight. Draw the prayer to the heart. One breath, pause here. Feel the breath fill up the chest and then release your arms. Again, bend your knees, Utkatasana, inhale. Bow forward as you exhale, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, inhale. And Chaturanga Dandasana, exhale. Upward face, inhale. Downward face, exhale. Right foot forward. Inhale to rise. Again, play with your balance. See if you can look up. And then down, Chaturanga. What's the worst thing that happens? You know, you lose your balance? It's okay. Upward face, inhale. Downward face, exhale, left foot forward. Inhale to rise. Down, Chaturanga. Upward face, inhale. Downward face, exhale, and pause. And then we show up in these moments of stillness. Feeling the body, feeling the breath. Offering our presence. It's one of the most powerful things we can offer. The practice, offer ourselves, offer each other. Presence. Another deep breath in here. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Walk, step, or spring your feet. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Forward fold, exhale. Utkatasana, inhale. And stand up tall. Hands come to the heart. Pause. And then release your arms. One more like that, y'all. Bend your knees, inhale, Utkatasana. And bow forward as you exhale, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, inhale. Chaturanga Dandasana, exhale. Upward face, inhale. Downward face, exhale. Right foot steps, root your feet. Inhale, you rise. Strong inner thigh, strong belly. That helps with the balance. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward face. Exhale, downward face, left foot forward. Inhale, rise up. See if you can lift your eyes. And then down through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward face. Exhale, downward face. Pause right here. Deep breath in. Full breath out. You know, we oftentimes have so many things happening at one time. And multitasking has become a way of life, really. So my teacher Judith always says one of the things she loves about this practice, and she coined the term unitasking, right? We're just doing the one thing. That's all we're doing is right here. And so we just kind of keep trying to come back to that one-pointed presence. One more inhale here. On your exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Walk or step or spring. Inhale, lengthen. Forward fold as you exhale. Then bend your knees, come to Utkatasana, inhale. And stand up straight. Hands come to the heart. Pause. Okay, tree pose with an option to lean here. So shift your weight into your left foot. And then bring your right foot to the inside. Back up a little and I'll face you. Right foot's gonna come to the inside of the left leg. So if you're looking at me, I'll be opposite because I'm gonna do the same side. And then stretch up nice and tall. So left leg is on the floor, right foot's inside left thigh, arms are up over your head. If arms up over the head makes it too much, you keep the hands at prayer. Make sure both hips point forward. And then you can stay here, or you can take the back of the right hand to the inside of the right leg, and you're gonna push there with your right hand, and then your upper body stretches up and over to the left. All right, so it's a similar side stretch, but now we're doing it on one foot. Ground down into your inner left heel and lean out into your left hip and keep reaching. And then send the breath into those outer left ribs. Good. Inhale, take it back to center. Right arm comes back up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And release your arms. And relax. Take a breath to stand here. Sometimes we want to kind of shake it out and shake it off. And sometimes that's worth it. And sometimes we just have to stand still and just watch and witness. All right, shift the weight into the right foot. Left foot comes to the inside of the right leg. And then you want both hips to point forward. So hands first come to prayer, and then arms can come up. As the arms go up, it cues the entire torso to reach upward. And then the right foot in return reaches downward. All right, and then stay here, or left hand comes to the inside of the left leg. And there's a little pressure there just to keep the hips and the chest turned forward. And then up and over. Ground down into your inner right heel. And lean into your right hip. And keep pulling the inner right thigh toward the back of the room. And push the foot and thigh into each other. One more breath. Good. And then carefully back to the center. Inhale. Hands to the heart. Left foot down. Relax your arms. Just pause and feel. One deep breath. Good. All right. Inhale. Take both arms up over your head. As you exhale, bow forward. And then inhale, look up to lengthen your spine. And exhale, step or float your feet back and flow through your vinyasa. Upward face, inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Step your right foot to the top of your mat. Return to your high lunge. So inhale, we come up. And exhale right here. And then keep your arms over your head. Press your palms together and just cross your thumbs. All right, now you're gonna make sure that your right knee stays right on top of your right ankle. Just bend your left knee and dip the left knee straight down toward the floor. You should feel the left buttock fire up a little bit. And then bend your elbows, reach your fingertips down your back. Hug the elbows in and up. Deep breath in here. On your exhale, you're gonna straighten your arms, straighten your legs, lift your left heel really nice and high. All right, we'll do that a few more times. You're gonna inhale, bend, elbows, knees, lift elbows up. Exhale, straighten arms and legs, lift left heel. Twice more. Inhale, dip. Exhale, squeeze it up. One more. Inhale, dip. Exhale, squeeze it up. Then rebend just your right knee, hands to the heart, inhale. Exhale, take your hands down to frame your foot. Step your back foot in a little bit so you can anchor your back heel, straighten both of your legs, and fold over your right leg for Parsvottanasana. Now, if your hamstrings are tighter, getting your legs straight may be hard. And if you don't have blocks, it may not be possible. So you bend your knee as much as you need to, and then you just try to straighten the leg as best you can. You guys that have the mobility, both legs are straight. Thighs rotate internally. And then maybe hands can even reach forward. And you'll tuck your chin a little and bring your forehead towards your shin. You want to peel the belly back from the thigh. Another breath right here. And then look up to lengthen your spine. You can slide your left leg back as the right knee bends. Step into high plank as you inhale. And then exhaling chaturanga. Upward face, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Deep breath in your down dog. Exhale, step your left foot to the top of your mat. And then inhale, come up, high lunge. And exhale right here. All right, and then you're gonna dip your right knee down toward the floor. Palms are together, thumbs are crossed. Reach your fingertips down your back, hug your elbows in and up. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten your legs, straighten your arms, lift your right heel nice and high. 3 more times. Inhale, dip straight down, and just make sure the left knee doesn't come past the ankle here. Exhale, squeeze everything up. 2 more. Inhale, bend, chin away from the chest. Exhale, squeeze everything up. 1 more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten everything. Lift the right heel. You feel the right buttocks get nice and strong there. And then rebend your left knee only, hands to the heart. Inhale. Take your hands down. Step your back foot in just a little bit and fold over your leg. All right, so again, your variation, you can spiral the thighs in toward each other. Keep the knee bent if you need to. If you can get both legs straight, do that. If you've got some extra space here, you can take the arms forward. Take a slight tuck of your chin, little jaw under our bunda there, and forehead toward the shin. Left hip in and back. Another breath. Then lengthen your spine forward, inhale. Slide your right leg back, bend your left knee, exhale. Step to high plank, inhale. And lower chaturanga or any modification, exhale. Upward face, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Deep breath in here. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of your mat and turn down your left heel. Inhale, come up, warrior two. And exhale right there. And just take 1 deep breath in here. And as you exhale, right elbow to the right knee and left arm across the ear. And as you come here, draw your right hip back and in, and you should feel the front of the left hip, it's gonna angle slightly forward. So the pelvis itself turns a little here. And then from there, your torso, not your pelvis, but like from your belly and your ribs, turn to face the side. And you can stay there, or you can take your right hand down lower. And you should feel the pressure between your right arm and your right leg help facilitate the turning of the right chest and the right belly. 1 more breath here. Then lift your left arm straight up, inhale. Look down as you exhale. Come to warrior two as you inhale, try to keep your hips low, and then exhale, reverse your warrior. From here, straighten your front leg, inhale. Come up through the center and turn this into triangle as you exhale. And you can shorten the step a little if you need to. You don't have to. I always want to. So you want the step to be long enough to be expansive, but not so long that you feel super unstable. All right, ground down into your feet. Firm up your legs, especially make sure that the front leg isn't bending. If you have to take your hand higher, do it, but the leg should be straight. All right, guys, take another breath here. Make sure you're present, or at least keep, putting forth the effort to come back to presence. And then once more, look down at the floor. You inhale to come all the way up. And then on your exhale, start to take a bend of your right knee, and we'll turn into Ardha Chandrasana. So you shift the weight over the right foot, and the left leg starts to lift up. And the right hand can come to the floor. Again, you may have to bend the right knee if you don't have a block handy. And maybe with time, with effort, the right hand can start to float up off the mat. But that's secondary to alignment, to breath, to steadiness. Ardha Chandrasana, if you want to go there, you'll bend your top knee, reach back and grab your foot. And if you really want to play with it and you're balancing, maybe the right hand reaches back too to grab. And then you kick straight back. All right, re-extend your arm and your leg on your inhale breath. And then exhale, bend the knees, step back. Arrive here in warrior two. And then windmill your hands down. Step back into high plank on your inhale. And through your vinyasa, your chaturanga, exhale. Upward face, inhale. Downward facing dog on your exhale breath. Take a deep breath in right here. And as you exhale, step your left foot to the top of your mat. Right heel down, open up, inhale, warrior two. And then exhale, sit down. Deep breath in right here. Full breath out right here. And then let your left elbow come to your left knee. Take your right arm across your ear. Big breath up the right side. And again, let the pelvis turn. So left hip comes in and back, right hip drops slightly forward and down. And then from there, left arm pushes into left leg. Pelvis doesn't move, the chest turns, right? By engaging those upper abdominals. Left hand can come down lower if you're gonna go there. And really fire up into your back leg. Anchor your right foot and lift your inner right thigh. Find a steady breath. Notice how the mind is right now. If it's steady, if it's not, you know, see what you can do, but don't spin a narrative around it. It's more just about cultivating awareness. And then lift your right arm straight up as you inhale. Look down toward the mat, exhale. Try to stay low in your hips. Challenge yourself for that. Warrior two, inhale. Flip the left palm, exhale, reverse your warrior. And then straighten your front leg, inhale. Come up through the center. You can toe heel the right foot in once if you need to. And pitch forward over the left leg, triangle pose. And really ground into your left foot. Firm up your left thigh. Breathe right here, right thigh spirals inward as well. To the right side of your torso, let it contract just a little so the left side stays long. All right, another breath here. Just show up. And then look down. Inhale, come up to stand. And then exhale, take a little bend of your left knee. Shift your weight. Ardha Chandrasana. So keep the lift of all the limbs nice and strong. Pull your front torso into your back torso and lean, turn the left chest. All right, and then if you went Shavasana on the first side, right knee bends, you grab a hold with the right hand. And if you played with it, maybe the left hand reach back to grab the foot as well. And then you want to kick the right leg straight back and use that to turn your left chest. Again, I think, you know, one of the trickiest parts is the dismount. So take your time, stretch it back out through the arm and the leg on the inhale. And then exhale, step back. I did not stick my landing on either side today. Oh well. All right, windmill your hands down, step back, high plank. Deep breath in. Exhaling chaturanga. Inhaling up dog or cobra. Exhaling, take it back, downward facing dog. All right, big breath in right here. As you exhale, step your right foot to the top of your mat and then return to high lunge. So inhale to come up. Exhale right here. Okay, so this will transition into Natarajasana, into dancer pose. So in order to do that, let your left arm just float down alongside you. If your shoulders are tighter, you'll keep your palm turned in and you'll grab the outer foot. If your shoulders are more open, you'll turn the palm out and you'll grab the inner foot. So you're gonna shift your weight into your right foot. Come to stand, draw the left knee to the chest, or sorry, draw the left heel to the back of the hip and grab the foot. All right, stretch up nice and tall, inhale, and then start to kick. Kick your foot into your hand. As your foot kicks into your hand, grip tightly with that left hand. Create a little bit of resistance there. And then reach with your right arm. Let the kick drive the abdomen down, keep the chest lifted. All right, this is gonna slowly, carefully turn into warrior three. Take your time. And then pull up through the deep belly, through the low ribs, but then draw your shoulder blades together so the chest stays open. Lift your inner thigh, one more breath here. And then bend the right knee and return to your lunge. Inhale, take your arms up. And then take your hands to your heart and twist to the right. So left elbow comes to the outside of the right knee. Those of you that want to take the arms apart, you can do that. Always that option to bind if it's, something that really offers itself to you. And then bring your chest up towards your thumbs by pushing top hand into bottom hand. Turn, turn, turn. One more breath. Okay, first look down at the floor. Take your hands down to frame your right foot. And then step your right foot back to meet your left foot. So bring the feet together. Squeeze the inner thighs. And then roll to the outside edge of your left foot and take your right arm up toward the sky. Vajrasana. You can play with whatever variation works for you. If you need to modify this, you modify it by taking the left knee down to the floor, and I'll model that. So really just about creating a real sense of strength and stability and essentially neutrality in the spine. One more breath here. And then take your right hand all the way down to the floor. So you're back in high plank. And then push back into downward facing dog. And then from your down dog, forward to high plank. And this time all the way down to the floor. And then inhale, nice high cobra, as high as feels okay. And then curl the toes, press back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in right here. Exhale, step your left foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, come up to high lunge, crescent. All right, and exhale right here. And then let your right arm float down alongside you. Turning this into Nadarajasana. So you shift the weight to the left foot, drag the right foot forward, bend the right knee, bring the heel to the hip, grab the foot. Don't look down, look forward. Stretch it nice and tall, inhale. And then on your exhale, start to kick. All right, so the kick is the driver, drives the pose. But the reaching of the left arm and that charging forward of the upper body balances the kick, so both are necessary. All right, one more breath here. And then slowly, turn this into warrior three. Hold it here. Pull the low ribs into the back body, but then open up across your chest. Lifting the inner right thigh, reach through the big toe. One more breath. And bend the left knee and step back. Take your arms up, high lunge, inhale. And then hands come to the heart, knee twist. Right elbow, outside left knee. So elbow pushes into knee, top hand pushes into bottom hand. Chest comes up toward the thumbs. And if you stretch out the arms or you went into a bind on the first side, you'll do that now. All right, last full breath. And then look down. Take your hands down to frame your foot. Step your left foot back to meet your right foot. Hug your inner thighs together. Roll to the outside edge of your right foot. Vajrasana. Left arm up. Kick through the inner heel, spiral in through the inner thighs. Again, if you need to modify, right knee can come down. Hang there. And it's no big deal, sometimes we need to modify. lifetime's worth. One more breath here. All right, left hand comes down. High plank, inhale. Press that downward facing dog, exhale. And then just like last time, inhale, high plank. Exhale all the way to the floor. Nice high cobra as you inhale. And then downward facing dog, exhale. Step your right foot to the top of your mat. Lower your left knee down to the floor. Low lunge. So inhale, take your arms up. And then as you exhale, take your left hand to your low back. So let's make sure that the back toes are curled under here. All right, and as your left hand comes to your low back, you're gonna push through your right foot and back out of your lunge a little, so that the right leg is closer to a 90-degree angle than it would maybe typically be in a lunge. From here, you're gonna stretch up, so to reach your right arm up and back. So you can stay there, keeping your hand at your low back, or you can take your left hand back to your calf, to your ankle, or even to your heel. And then what's important here, once you grab, is that you turn outer left hip and left ribs forward. Right, so it's a back bend, so you want to square the hips, the ribs, the shoulders. One more breath here. And very carefully come back to the center. Take both of your hands to the inside of your right foot. Take your right foot a little wider. Turn your right toes out a little. And if you have the space, come down onto your elbows. Lizard. You're just going to release that inner right thigh a little. You can stay here, or if you want to bend the back knee and reach back with the right hand to take the foot, you can do that. You can always come back up onto the left hand as well. So it becomes a twisted monkey. You turn through your chest, you draw your shoulder blades toward each other. Head can drop back. And then release the left foot. If you're on the elbows, come to the hands. Step to high plank. Just hold the high plank. And then actually take your elbows down to the mat, come back to forearm plank. And then this time, bend your knees so that your knees, just bring them to lightly touch the floor and then just lift them an inch. So the knees aren't touching, but they're hovering. Slight tuck down of your tailbone, hold that. Good, straighten your legs, come back up onto your hands, push back, down dog. All right, left foot steps forward, lower your right knee, but keep your right toes curled. Inhale to your low lunge, and then exhale, take your right hand to your low back. Press back out of your lunge just a little as you lift your chest, so the left hand can really support, the right hand can really support the length of the low back. Stretch up and back. And if you went there on the first side, right hand is going to come back to calf or ankle or heel. And then turn. So the left inner thigh hugs the midline. And you're turning your outer right hip forward. There's a little bit of a scissoring of those upper inner thighs. All right, another big breath. And then very carefully come out of it. Hands come to the inside of your left foot. Take your left foot a little bit wider. Turn your left toes out. That'll just help the inner left thigh release. And if you have the space to, come down onto your elbows. Breathe right here. Then either just stay here if this is already a big stretch in your right quad, or twisted monkey, you'll bend the right knee, reach back with your left hand to take your foot. And then as you pull the right heel, if you pull the right heel, toward the hip, you also want to soften the front of the right hip in just a little, that you're not hanging in the ligaments there. And then turn through the chest. Maybe the head drops back. Make sure that the right shoulder isn't pumping up around the ear. Draw the right shoulder blade into the back. Like you're drawing the inner line of the shoulder blade, the inner point for the front ribs. Good, and then release your back foot. Okay, so high plank. And then just like we did last time, forearm plank, elbows come down. And then just bend your knees so they hover right above the earth. Take a slight tuck down of your tailbone and hold right there. You should really feel that in your belly. 2 more breaths right here. Just figure out where you can soften. Sometimes that's just the set of the eyes or the set of the jaw. And sometimes what we really need to soften is the inner tone that we take with ourselves. So see if you can be kind. All right, this time you're gonna lower your knees, lower your pelvis, lift your chest up, Sphinx, inhale. And then exhale, lower all the way down. It'll be a Shalabhasana with an option for Dhanurasana. We'll just do one here. So hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Nice strong grip, nice strong legs. Inhale, lift everything that you can get upward. And if the bind isn't working for some reason, release the bind and just reach back for your arms. Lift from your inner thighs, you guys. Reach to the big toe side. And then stay here, bend your knees. Grab a hold of both of your feet. And as you drive the top of the sacrum down, you kick the legs up. Two more strong breaths here. One more strong breath. And then release. You can cross one hand on top of the other and rest your forehead on the back of your hands, and then rock your hips a little side to side.
I feel like I don't have the words. I feel like I don't have the words because I can't speak.
Nice and still, one breath.
Am I so naive?
Okay, hands underneath you, curl your toes, push up to high plank, and then draw the knees forward. We'll do one more back bend for Ustrasana. So standing up on your knees, I'll do it from the side. Standing up on your knees, you can keep your toes curled, especially like if your hips are tighter, if your back is tighter, if your shoulders are tighter, keep the toes curled. That'll give you more support and make this a little easier. Otherwise, make your hands, otherwise you can uncurl your toes. All right, and then hands come to the low back. On your inhale breath, stretch the spine up really nice and tall. And really make sure you feel your inner thighs squeeze toward each other as you start to arch your spine backward. And then your hands can either stay at your low back or they can come back to grab a hold of your heels. Oftentimes in the grabbing of the heels, we lose the awareness of keeping the inner thighs hugged in. So recommit to that. Squeeze your inner thighs toward each other. Again, it's almost like you're trying to spin them back toward your feet. And really go up in your chest. This is a big back bend. You should feel it up in your middle upper back. Opening up across the chest, opening up into the throat. One more breath. And then to exit, hands to the waist, and you come straight up. Head comes up last. And bring your knees and feet together. Just sit back onto your heels. Let your hands rest on the top of your thighs and just close your eyes. Pause and feel. Sometimes there's a lot of feels in that pose, so just pause and feel.
Of these words I've tried to recite.
Okay, so you'll continue to sit on your heels as you inhale, take your arms over your head. Press your palms together, cross your thumbs. That just helps keep the heels of the hands together. All right, now again here, feel your inner thighs really squeeze together. You're gonna wanna maximize that. Stretch up tall as you inhale. Squeeze your inner thighs, and then as you exhale, do your best to keep your hips on your heels. You'll start to stretch forward. Chin away from the chest, inner thighs squeeze together, keep coming down, and then the outer edge of the pinky fingers touch the floor, and the forehead touches the floor. So the head slides through the arms. And then that's it. Your arms are going to actively stretch forward,
actively push your hips down towards your heels. Breathe here. So we're neutralizing, stabilizing after all the back bends. Another breath. Before you come up, squeeze your inner thighs together again. And as you start to come up, really try to keep your hips down again. Chin away from the chest.
And then release your arms down by your side. Good. Okay, sit to the left of your feet. And then take your right foot and bring it to the outside of your left knee. And you may have to scoot the left foot out a little. So you're setting up for Ardha Matsyendrasana. If this doesn't work, you can extend the left leg forward and that'll make it a little more accessible, okay? So now right hand behind the back and left elbow outside of the right knee. You'll stretch up nice and tall. Okay, so once you stretch up, again, knit your low ribs together just slightly and then turn into your twist. Elbow and knee push into each other, right foot pushes into the floor. The left hand is in what we call a Bhaya Mudra, all 5 fingers together and extended. Mudra of fearlessness. You turn, turn, turn. Then look over your front shoulder as you inhale. As you exhale, you'll release and just unwind to your left. You can let the right hip lift slightly. Okay, now 2 options here. Tighter hips. You're gonna keep your ankle crossed over your knees. Lean your hands back behind you and put your left foot on the floor. So that's step 1. If your hips will let you, toe heel your left foot over to the right side of your mat and turn this into a double pigeon. So that would be shin stacked on top of shin, modifying just slightly by pulling the bottom heel in if you need to, okay? And then bow forward to your degree. And that degree can look quite different every day. I did this yesterday afternoon and I was like, barely pitched forward at the beginning of it. So just know every day looks a little different. Try to lay down that judgment. And lay down some of the expectation. Just offer what you have to offer and receive it. Knowing full well giving what you're capable of giving. And then that's all, truthfully, that you can ever ask. I'm gonna do my best to get to you. She's out there smoking cigarettes. Feel another breath move back between your shoulder blades. Maybe even imagine the breath moving all the way down into the kidneys and to wrap around the lower back. And exhale completely. Then on your next inhale breath, come up. Lean back, switch your legs, set up for the twist on the other side. So now left knee points up. Right elbow outside left knee, stretch up and turn. Again, low ribs knit slightly in and back. That'll just keep you from overarching the back in the twist. And I wish I could sing. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And look over your front shoulder, inhale. Unwind as you exhale. Sorry about that. Let your left hip lift just a little. And then back to the center. You can lean back, put your right foot on the floor. If that's enough of a hip stretch, you stay with that. Otherwise, you toe heel the right foot to the left side of the mat and you stack your hips. And then you bow forward to your degree. And you may notice that the hips feel pretty different on each side. And that's to be expected. That's normal. The 2 sides of our body, they're not symmetrical. And the truth is, we're not even trying to make them symmetrical. We are trying to find harmony, right? But harmony and symmetry are pretty different. All right, a few more breaths here. Let yourself just drop in and breathe deeply. and allow that to serve you. One more breath. All right, y'all, inhale, come back up. Take both of your legs straight forward. I'll often lift up my hips and then lower them down just for a moment to neutralize them, and then bow forward as you're ready. Kick through your inner heels, roll your outer feet back, and spiral your inner thighs down. And then again, you guys that have a lot of mobility, as you're coming down, you want to peel the belly back from the thigh and fold forehead toward the shins. Those of you not so much in the a lot of mobility department, you're going to really try to get that pelvic tilt here, okay? So even if you have to bend the knees a little, try to get the sitting bones to angle down and back and the top of the pelvis to angle forward. So they're just slightly different approaches depending on mobility. And then on your inhale breath, you come up and make your way all the way back onto your back. And let your palms turn to face up and let your feet roll open. You can rock your hips just for a moment, but then just relax completely. Lay down the body. Rest. Restore, renew. Feel all the muscles of the face even get soft. Eyes settle into the back of the socket. Brain settles into the back of the skull. Let go. Begin to move a deeper breath back through your body. Begin to reawaken the toes and the fingers and the wrists and the ankles. And then one at a time, bend your knees and draw your knees to your chest. And hug your arms around your legs. Roll to one side and return to your seat. Draw the hands to prayer here, closing the practice as we started. Deep breath in, but different, you know. And we inhale here, and with the exhale breath, we bow forward to seal the practice. Thank you for this practice, and thank you for this life. Namaste. Om Bolo Shri Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Yay, thanks everybody.